He'll get you woke up.
We're talking about today.
Ah, shit. You got a lighter? Alright. That's one thing I don't forgot.
Yeah, I got the lighter.
Alright. I got a cutter.
I guess we're gonna let the mushrooms tell us what we're talking about today, aren't we?
No. What are you doing? Uploading?
Yeah.
You working? Are we recording?
We're going, but I'm just doing this real quick. It's not gonna be long.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah? You gotta get dressed for this?
I was cold.
Yeah. I turned the heat on this morning.
No, it's warm. It's warm out all everywhere else.
Yeah. I don't know if this vent actually works. Man, these chairs are nice. Good job, Chuck.
Are those chairs nice because I lubed them, or are those chairs nice because...
These chairs are so comfy.
You lubed them?
He did lube them. That's why they're quiet. I got, like, mad feedback. Well, not mad, but...
I mean, I don't trust anything either one of you are going to tell me right now.
You know, I've been on them for... This is day 3, so... The only thing I haven't done is, like, yell and scream in 3 days.
It's nice.
It's getting there.
It does. It does make a difference. It's noticeable. But
I don't know if at the dose that I'm on, if it is.
I mean,
I'm not... Nothing's necessarily brighter. Nothing's... Maybe, like, for, like, 30 minutes. It's brighter. But that's about it.
I think kind of reconnects as you keep going and doing. You know?
Well, that's what I'm shooting for is some better connectivity in the old brain.
Where's that going? Why's that disappearing?
They want no bullying on YouTube.
Oh yeah, be careful there, bud. Don't get us canceled. How did we not get canceled from the last time?
I always tag.
We said bomb and fucking with our last guest. Bombs, grenades.
Can't say bomb on a plane.
Right. Dude, I figured it was the same for YouTube, but we're sitting there just talking about IEDs, grenade launchers, fucking pipe bombs. I mean, we literally said everything. And somehow our channel's still up. Oh, you know why? Because nobody watches. That's why. Fucking Dr. Professional over here. Look at this guy.
Yeah, you're still on sticks on this.
Could be a run today. That's what we're looking for on this.
Could be a run today.
I mean, I don't know. So, like, I'm check. Let's pull up Cat. That's the one that I was saying if I wanted to close out of that option out of. Ooh, I don't know. It's on a pretty good steady incline. I think I'm gonna keep the Cat go. I'll leave that Cat call open. It's a caterpillar, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you are,
bless you.
Bless you. If you want to sell, do you have to like put in an order to sell? Or
yes. I mean, you can set.
It's not like Pink Sheets, right? Where you have to wait for everybody else's to get to yours, blah, blah, blah.
So the difference now is, like, I don't know how it used to be, but the Pink Sheets it's called the OTC market.
Right.
And so there's different fees for the transacting, but, like, there's no halts, it's really just a shitty penny stocks, you know? But you can make a bunch out of them if you want to.
But that's not...
I don't think you've got feedback.
Okay.
But, you know, I mean, if I went to, like, I was invested in Revlon, and it's like going to bankruptcy, possibly, right? So it went from being like $5 a share to 50 cents a share, and got delisted and put on that OTC market.
Yeah.
But if I go to like, because my cost basis is way high on that, right? So
Right.
I'm really underwater. But
Right.
I can go to the ticker and buy it instantly. You don't have to wait for anything, even though it's in the OTC.
Oh,
You just but there's no after hours trading.
Right.
So-
Get us started.
Welcome to Unrolled, episode number
61.
61. And welcome to all of our new viewers. My name is Mike. This is Chuck. Sitting in with us again today is Dr. Carr. Dr. Carr's got a new car.
What are we gonna roll now? Acid Kuba.
Today on Unrolled, we're going to unroll an Acid Kuba, probably their most popular cigar.
One side of the table's taking mushrooms this morning.
And anyway, so we're going to
And
unroll.
we're unrolling an acid.
We're going to unroll an Acid.
See what we did there? You see what we did there?
I did. I like that.
It's
Right.
clever.
All right.
It's clever. We're clever guys.
So-
we're clever guys.
Drew's got a Crazy Alice from the Deadwood series because he likes them sweet. Chuck's smoking a Hoyo de Monterey. I don't know which number or which size. You recording up there?
Let's record them, but then it's adjusted.
It does?
It was adjusted properly.
Oh, I might have tapped it.
No way.
All right.
Real professionals here.
That's right.
Real professionals.
And then I'm smoking a Table 36 Peacemaker, the 10-star shape. And I'm going to drink a little Buffalo Trace and some water.
I watched a thing on GameStop.
Yes.
The GameStop short. It was supposed to be a short, but then everybody was like, "Nah, fuck you. You ain't shorting shit."
Yeah.
That was pretty entertaining. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I had invested, what did it start out at, like $5 or something like that? If that son of a bitch had hit anywhere near $75, I think, and I had all them stocks that all these people had, done. My ride's over. I've made my money. I mean, don't get me wrong. When it went up to like 150 or whatever it went up to, I'd have been like, damn it. But still, when it went back down to like 5 cents or whatever it went down to, I'd have been like, yeah, I still won.
That's the only downfall with doing that is even when you win and it skyrockets after. Let's say you double, right?
Yeah.
You buy $5,000 worth of stock, you get $10,000 back in the account, and and you watch that stock do another double, and you're like, man, like if I would just waited, it's the only game that when you win, you could still possibly lose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's why those dudes jumped out of buildings, man. Because it's like you're taking educated guesses, but
I lost one time on incest. INSYS.
Incest.
Incest was a company
Yeah.
that was making fentanyl. Okay.
Okay.
And they also made the Narcan. So the CEO went to prison, and then the stock. I mean, the stock was going up slowly, but the CEO went to prison, and the stock plummeted. So I lost a bunch of money, and I got a little bit of money in Dogecoin just in case it goes back up, goes anywhere, and then whatever they give you free for signing up to their stupid thing. So that's it. But I tried pharma because pharma seems like a good investment to me. So I tried pharma, and it
It can turn sideways on you super quick.
and I thought that was a good, not that it was a morally good business model, but how is that not a good business model? We make the
problem
poison
and
and the
the
antidote.
cure.
Right.
How is that not a good business model?
That's like the dentist selling meth. I mean, that's just a win-win right there.
Right. And I believe they still sell like so their product was that inhaler, the Narcan that you stick in their nose and
the spray
and press
stuff.
it. Yeah, that was their product, and I believe the police departments are still using
Yeah.
it.
That's
all
the
over
one
the
they,
country.
That's the one they picked
Everyone.
up. That's the one they picked up. Yeah, because we had at the pawn shop we had the stabby kind. So just in case, we got close a couple times to stabbing someone.
Well, all you had to do was say, "But there's a problem,"
Right. Well, then they did snap.
and
out
they
of
snap right out
Right.
of it.
Then they would snap out of it.
Better than Narcan.
Speaking of stabby things, I got something to show you. It's a pretty cool stabby thing.
A stabby thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a stabby thing too to show you. We'll do that in private later, though.
This is really cool.
We're trying to get banned.
What is this?
It's a Sharpie.
It's a Sharpie.
Why is it so sharp?
Because it's G10.
What's G10?
It's a really hard, like, plastic polymer material.
Oh, yeah.
That you can, like, you could stab that through the wall and it wouldn't break off. So you can take it, so it's non-magnetic or non-ferrous or whatever, so you can take it through, you know, the TSA and all
That's
that.
not going to
stuff.
step through the wall. It's going to push back in. Because of the way Sharpie's made.
But this isn't a Sharpie. It doesn't write.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, it's not a real Sharpie?
No, it's G10.
Oh,
it's
it's
so
actually-
there's a,
okay.
it's a shank basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a solid core
Yeah.
G10. I don't know if it will. I don't know. It probably might break off. I've seen them go through like layers of that like aluminum.
Aluminum?
No, like the ductwork, like layers of that.
Oh,
ductwork.
tin. Thin tin. It should go through drywall. Or fucking paneling.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It is like $40.
Alright. You save it for humans. It'll,
Right.
It'll
But
puncture your skin.
So take that through your TSA.
Right.
And through at like the Cardinals game, right? I always have a knife in me and go to the Cardinals game, and then end up having to throw it in a bush and somebody steals it. I try
Right.
to find it after the game. It's
Right.
gone.
Drew, you just brung a Sharpie to a gunfight.
Right. Dude, we
But
went
in the stadium,
That's kind of worse than a knife.
You're not going to get in though.
Dude, we went to see Tom Segura at the Fox. I had my gun on me. You know, it's like the Fox block is fine, but you don't park there. You park somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so I had my gun on me, and we're going through, and they're metal detecting. And I'm like, you know, granted my gun's mostly plastic, but it does have some metal. And so anyway, so I told Ginger, I go, hey, so we gotta go back to the car. And she goes, you know, she had to go to the bathroom. She's like, why? Because she had the car keys. We took her car. And I go, we got to go back to the car. And she goes, but why? Because we waited in line to get that far. And I'm like, get the... I'm like, my fucking gun's on me. I'm like, I don't want to yell gun in the middle of the theater because I guess that's illegal. So, I don't know. So yeah, I you know, because that's always on. It's on me when I go through the airport and I get arrested. I didn't want to get arrested. Yeah,
that Sharpie's fine inside the Cardinals game, but
No,
somebody's going to laugh at you and shoot you just because outside of the Cardinals game.
That's what it's for. Is to go to places
stab
where
me with
you
a
can't-
Sharpie?
You can have something
dude. I mean,
Have you ever seen the Boondocks?
like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like a long time
on
ago.
Adult Swim.
Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
But you know what I'm talking about. So just imagine you pull that out on Riley.
Yeah, but it's just
Because that's what's going to happen.
So is Fix It Friday dropping now?
Yes, Fix It. So this airs on Wednesday, so Fix It Friday will have already been up. Enjoy it late, or because you didn't get one last Friday, so enjoy it late or enjoy it early. Either way.
Right.
I just couldn't wait to put this one up.
Right. It's a good one. It's a pretty good one.
Yep, I think so.
Yep. And then
It was made with spite.
yeah, probably your best viewed Fix It Friday.
Made with spite.
You know who's gonna watch it?
Probably not.
No, probably so.
You don't follow us like that.
No, you will now.
Yeah.
It'll get around. I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure of it. So what'd you buy? What'd you driving?
it is the
It's stoppy sticks.
I was going to say there's already stop sticks in front of it.
Police already threw stop sticks out there.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case you stole it and you're running from them.
Just in case.
It's the #1 car running from cops.
It is.
And you're like, yeah, I'll take that.
It was. I've wanted one for a while.
Right.
I know a Hellcat would have been a bad idea, so it's a step down.
You didn't buy the Hellcat?
Now, what's that one then? Scat Pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
302.
The Scat Pack's still a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
so the Hellcat isn't the top of the line no more.
Demon.
Is it the Demon?
I think
I
so.
thought the Demon was just a Charger version.
Yeah, it is.
isn't
It's just 2-door.
Yeah.
Demon's just 2-door, I think. I don't-
Is it Elephant?
What?
Elephant.
What the fuck? What is elephant?
A gigantic motor that makes all that, but I'm not sure if it's Dodge. It might not be Dodge.
It might be like a Lingenfelter type thing where there's somebody else makes it.
Gigantic.
Elephant?
Gigantic motor.
So what's
Maybe
Camaro?
it ain't Dodge.
Camaro's got like the Exorcist to battle the demon, And then, yeah, no, it's all silly.
But I mean, it seems like they're going to quit making them. That's what. Well, that's what.
Well, sure, yeah, we're losing.
No,
petrol.
it's a 1,000 horsepower Hellcat crate engine,
Good grief.
pumped up to the extreme.
Pumped up to the extreme.
A hell of it.
That's what. Well, the guy, the Dodge guy around here, he said if he wanted to, he would put the supercharger on it, the Hellcat supercharger on it, just bolt it on. You can, and because the transmission's already good enough for it and everything.
Right.
They say you might have to change. I don't know, rings out or something in the motor.
Probably injectors, if anything.
Injectors.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'd imagine it. I imagine it fuels a lot different.
Yeah, because you're gonna have added air, so you're
And
gonna
then
have that
he'll
fun.
have to tune it because it'll have to know that it's got bigger injectors in it.
Right.
So
he said he would do that if I wanted to, but I'm like,
So,
it's plenty.
they make a supercharger for the van outside.
You stop.
Well, they do.
That would be
and it's cool looking too, buddy. It's cool looking.
Was it like a 2-stage? Like
No, it's like it's got this long ass jack shaft on it that just makes it badass looking. Because the supercharger sits over where the battery's sitting right now, basically.
right.
And then in order to get over to the belt drive, it's got this super long jack shaft on it, and it just you've got to be losing
Yeah, sure.
all kinds of power in that jack shaft.
You're probably losing only like 3%.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh man, this thing's the size of the whole engine.
I mean,
It's
look how long the drive shaft is.
Yeah,
don't
you lose
that-
a lot.
You don't lose that much. You're
So-
losing 50 horsepower in a drive shaft.
Okay. I thought you lost more than that in the drive shaft.
Nah,
Drive shaft because it was a.
Well, it depends on which drive shaft. You know.
Oh yeah, the heavier the drive
yeah.
shaft, the more you're gonna lose.
Right,
the more
right.
rotational mass, the more you're gonna lose.
Yes, sir.
But it makes that engine bay look cool as fuck.
I don't
It
know.
does.
I don't know about that.
So how do you let's say shut off a governor, or the limiter or whatever?
Yeah,
on the
tune it.
car? Do you tune-
You gotta have a tuner get into the BIOS of the ECM or PCM, and then they can change your shift points. They can get rid of your speed limiter.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. So the day before I got that car, I had the Jeep on the highway, and I was like, I never really get on cars like that when I
Right.
want them. I was,
Right.
I was gonna see how fast we can get this Jeep.
Right, that's scary.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, because that's a wagon.
Right there.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
That's
That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, you're probably
ridiculous.
You're probably losing 3-5% with that big ass rod.
Right. That's a big ass. And that's the first thing I thought when I seen it. I was like, how much are you losing with that jack
Right.
shaft? Jesus Christ.
What's it supposed to add? 50 horse?
I don't know.
Right.
Nobody says. It's just a picture of it.
Well, it wouldn't go above 95
Yeah, no, I could see
or
that.
96, something like that. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what if you had to go somewhere quickly?
Well, 96 is fast.
It is fast, but I mean, like you were like in a hurry. The wife's popping the kid out in the back seat, and
Right.
like you're just flying, and you're trying to get there, and you can't.
Right, yeah. I mean, you just have to name that kid Gladiator.
As soon as that car hits 60, the police automatically show up and throw stop sticks out
Yeah.
in front of it anyway.
Yeah, dude.
So,
No,
automatically.
not that one.
Yeah,
no,
that
the
one.
G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you gotten on this one since you got it?
Yeah, dude. So it was last Saturday,
Right.
and I pulled out. I was heading home, and I'm going down the highway. I looked to my right. Merging was what I thought was like a mid-engine Corvette, the new ones or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, sweet, this will be fun.
Right.
Because they'll get on it with me a little bit. So the guy took off. He didn't see me, but he already took off to merge, and he was up a mile ahead or so. So I got on a little bit, caught
Right.
him. He was running about 100, and I was coming up on him, and I'm like, is that a Corvette? I'm like, holy shit, it was a McLaren.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
like, well, who the hell around here has a McLaren?
You drive there's in Bethalto and Whispering. I'm not sure it's Whispering Oaks anymore, but I know in Whispering Oaks there was a guy with a McLaren and what's the other one? What's the other weird looking one?
A Lotus?
A Bugatti.
Oh, no
Look at-
way.
Wow.
In Whispering Oaks.
No
In
way.
Why is
Whispering
it
Oaks, he
then-
drives the McLaren.
His cars cost more than his house does.
He drives
Cars
the
cost more
McLaren.
than a town.
Yeah.
He drives the McLaren, but I've never seen the Bugatti out, but I know it's in that garage. I know it is.
Bugatti started 300 grand. Like,
Man, it's nuts. But so I knew my place, and I just
right. Yeah.
fell back a little bit.
You never know. I mean, normally those guys are kind of scared when they're driving.
Nah,
So-
I would have been a tard.
Yeah.
I would have went after.
Bro,
him.
Chuck would have chased him down in an Omni.
Fucking right, I would've.
Right. He ain't got nothing to lose in an Omni.
Right.
Ain't no
I
seat.
got there ain't nothing but glory to. I mean, if I
Yeah.
lose, it was an Omni.
Right.
If I win, look at all that glory I just did.
Right.
I mean,
Didn't happen unless you record it.
Right.
And then you gotta say you're in Mexico because they will fucking come arrest you later, years later. So
yeah, but that's something that you go to jail and smile about.
oh sure.
Like, I got arrested for spanking a McLaren with a Plymouth Horizon
Yeah.
in 1985. That was like my driving on 3 tag that I carried around everywhere. It made the cops so mad, but you couldn't do nothing about it. I had an impound tag that said arrested for driving on 3 wheels,
Yeah.
and I laminated that son of a bitch, and it was on my tag everywhere, and that was a bragging point for me.
Right.
So
Heck yeah.
I just got improper lane usage. That's what they gave me whenever I did a 3 and fucking turns right in front of a cop.
well, I stayed in my lane. So
I was turning anyway. I was making a left. That was the only time that truck would do a 3 is if I was accelerating. So I was parking lot.
Yeah.
I was parking lot 3ing.
So the Cadillac would stick 3, but you had to get it there. You had to
Right.
help it. So
Did you see your best buddy Pinky's giving away a mini hopper set? I think he's waffling it.
yeah, he's probably fucking broke.
Well, he built that LTD because that's a fucking showstopper. He built an LTD.
I don't know what he's built. I don't
Yeah.
pay attention to him.
Imagine
I was friends over that.
late 70s, 80s.
I was friends over that.
Shitty looking LTD 2-door.
Sound like an old police car.
No, they were boxy. They're really ugly. They're like hideously ugly.
Probably.
So
He was donk racing last I knew.
yeah, I think he realized anytime you're racing, you're braking. So that got expensive.
Well, anytime you're hopping, you're braking.
No, that's true too.
So
So that's why hoppers have no motors. The less to brake.
Oh, really? They put some more motors in them.
I don't, shit, some of them don't have any motors.
They just
Just
trailer them too?
Push them in. They're not real cars.
Is that how they get
Some of 'em.
16 feet in the air? Or
I mean, yeah,
No.
some of them.
the ones that you see at exhibitions are empty.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So most of your dancers are empty. Like if you see a dancer in an exhibition, it's empty. There's nothing in it. Most of the hoppers though they still got engines in them. They still drive them.
Yeah, I was wondering how that works. Like, man, what kind of
Well,
they have it secured in with to keep the motor from just tearing out of there as it
They
slams around.
chain it. It
Yeah.
doesn't really.
Yeah, they chain everything.
Yeah, they chain everything, and then they fill. So most of them, and everybody says that they don't do it, but most of them are so full of manhole covers and weight in the back of it
Right.
that it tears the frame apart long before it tears the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Did you see that? Are you on bagged vehicles for sale?
yeah.
Did you see that little Mazda? It was up for like 30 minutes. It was sick. It was.
Probably not.
It was just like if we threw all the air equipment just in the bed of my truck and didn't mount anything, but it was this clean single cab on man, it had nice wheels too. It had 19s on.
Didn't mount anything.
No, it didn't look like it, man. It looked like tank was sitting sideways, just like nothing looked good.
He went around the corner right before the picture.
Yeah, he did. That's what it looked like. Yeah,
Everything
no,
slid over to the side.
yeah.
One of the compressors is hanging through the hole in the bed.
Dude, it was
The notch.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was notched, but somehow he was laying. I know he tubbed the rear end a little bit to get the 19s to lay. So, anyway,
Well, it had to have been notched. If it was laying. It had
well,
to
I
have
mean, I
been
don't think the
notched.
bed was cut.
Had to have been
I
if
don't
it was
think
laying. He just put it all back in, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have raised it too. It looked like the bed looked like shit, but the rest of the truck was rust free, and it was in Georgia. It was far in Georgia, like where I buy trucks at.
Right.
So I was like, but it was $2,700 for a clean Mazda on 19s, and they were like name brand 19s too. They were nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good looking truck, and I mean it got bought up quick.
So tell me about this cigar.
So that cigar is the Crazy Alice, the whole Deadwood series. So you had a Deadwood last time.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Sweet Jane.
Yep.
And then this one is came out before the Sweet Jane. So as you can see, there's a lot of smoke coming off your cigar versus our cigars.
Mm-hmm.
They ferment it with like how they would ferment pipe tobacco.
Oh, okay.
So not necessarily artificially, well, I guess somewhat artificially sweetened, but they use different tobaccos. Premium cigar. That little guy's like, what, $10?
Yeah.
Nine or $10
Yeah, something like
for that
that.
little dude. So
it feels different when I'm smoking it. Like it pulls different than the other one did, or something. I was wondering
that's
if it
due
was
to
like
that's due to the
half time or
size.
something.
Nope, that's due to the size. That's the only
Could
reason.
be due to something else too.
Yeah, maybe.
That's due to the size because it tapers down to such a.
Chair?
You looped it, bud.
Oh, because the.
Yeah, because of the way it tapers down. So, Acid came out with another one. It was called the Nasty. It had the same size, and they're really great at naming cigars. But so that the Nasty had a really weird draw too, and it concentrated all the flavor like right on the tip of your tongue. So
There's a real science to it then.
I mean, it's different rolls, different shapes will smoke differently for sure. So like this cigar tastes different if it's in a bigger ring gauge, a bigger size.
Oh.
So then it will the smaller one. So this is a little more peppery as it's smaller, and it goes really well with any trace product, namely Weller. It goes really great with Weller since I own it. Right.
Yes.
That's what I tell people. What do I drink with this? Weller.
Did you watch that thing on the heist?
I haven't yet.
You haven't watched that
No.
yet? That's pretty good, actually.
I did aerial yoga last night, so I got home and went to bed. I did not know. So Emily taught her first yoga class,
Okay.
or not first, second, and it was aerial yoga because my mom had a anniversary. Her and my stepdad's anniversary. So Emily taught it, and she goes, "Hey, you want to come to my aerial class?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So Ginger comes too. We do yoga, and it's more ninjas and training than it is anything to do with yoga.
Really?
These ladies, no matter the size, these ladies Spider-Man up the fucking slings 15 feet, start flipping down and rolling, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'll just lay here. So I basically turned mine into a hammock and just napped for a few minutes. I did a few flips, but
So is it? I mean, does it have any basis in I guess I don't know, the core yoga type moves and everything?
yeah, we did you're doing yoga moves, but what was kind of cool is it's a ton of concentration on your arm muscles, your shoulder muscles, and in your core. So imagine your feet suspended in something that moves, and then your hands are planted on the floor, and then when you bring your knees to chest, and then straighten back out, you're just sitting there swinging. So to keep that straight, everything's super tight. Yeah. And
So it's not really a beginner thing for that.
so there's beginner aerial, and that's probably what I should have done for my first one, because these chicks, I'm telling you, man, these were some of the baddest. And I mean, like, I don't know what the youngest girl is, but she gets like dropped off there. She was like, I don't know, man, just seriously, just she could have been a circus performer. Like, she was so crazy, like flipping around. And then there's moves that I discovered that are not for men, because the sling wraps in positions that pinch and pull. So I would watch Emily get into a position. She's like, "Yeah, it's fun," and I'm like, "You don't have what I have."
Yeah, it doesn't look fun.
Yeah. That I mean, I've already had that surgery. I don't think I need it again. I mean, I don't want. On the farm, you put a rubber band around the bull's balls, and eventually it falls off. Well, I don't want to do that. That's not a thing. So I skipped out on some of that.
So I had a pretty good workout last night too.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Yeah, threw a baby in the air for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let me stop.
Yeah, awesome.
So
That's good.
She's just so thrilled that you were doing it.
I was just laughing,
The face
giggling,
and
and carrying on, and I'd put her down because I'd be winded. I'd put her down, and she'd climb up on top of me to do it again. And it's like, oh, come on, you got to give me a break.
Your shoulders are gonna be sore.
I can't do this. My arms are sore right now.
Dad.
I can't do this.
It's coming in my wrist.
Yeah. Baby lifts. You got to get stronger because they get heavier.
Right.
It's the best. I mean, I don't not want to rush the kids to have kids, but I think that would be awesome just to be able to sit for a couple hours,
Right.
have it, and be like, "Hey, come get your kid." Not have to deal with it,
Well, Dylan's 25 or 26.
Yeah, but you kind of have to have sex with girls to have a grandchild.
So, right. And when you look at like Jonah Hill, and you don't have
Emily, bud.
and you don't have Jonah Hill money. Now we're waiting on Emma. Says Emma's getting married next year, and then she'll have a baby, I'm sure. So then I get my grandbaby. And that since it's not biological, I'm not technically a grandpa, so I'm not technically old.
What would your grandpa name be?
I don't know. G-Mac.
I like it.
Right. Yeah, who knows? I don't know, man. It's I saw the
There's always some variation that people use.
yeah, I saw this video where a lady walks in to pick out her grandma name, and she's like daydreaming what it sounds like. Yeah, she's like, no, that sounds too pretentious. And then it's like, what about Gigi? And she comes out with like gold chains and with a limp. And it was a pretty good little video. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how my mom caught hers, or my grandma was Great Gram, for a year anyway, and yeah, so it was, they just whatever the kids say. I think
It's whatever they can pronounce.
Yeah, kind of goes from there.
dick beater.
Like great.
Yeah, that'll be mine.
DB, going to DB's house.
Yeah, going over to DB's. Probably gonna punch me in the face.
Do you not remember that? And then when you have, first grandkid, I'm gonna bring you a shirt that says everything's okay at DB's house.
Can I jump off the roof? Yeah, go ahead.
Aim for the soft spot.
Right.
Grass is taller over there.
Right. Do that pile of leaves I've left there for 3 years.
Right. Who knows what's in it?
Right. Bunch of dog shit. That's what I do.
Man, dude, this is the worst year I have.
He says, nah, don't affect me. He just took 2 minutes to put that glass down.
I saw.
No, I was looking at I was watching the stocks here, seeing where I should make a move. But no, I was saying, I just didn't get any yard work done this year. That's a boring topic. But
No, it's not. Well, American Water came through and tore our yard up, so that was such a great excuse not to do shit. Like, I finally raked. I couldn't take it anymore.
I live in Cottage Hills. I just don't do shit.
Right. And it looks fine.
No,
It looks par for the course.
That porch has to come off this year. Though,
Yeah, let's tear it down.
Has to.
Well,
Has to.
I mean,
We got the winch on the Chevy. We just gotta hook it up.
That probably won't even take a winch. You could probably yank it right off there at this point. I got a tree that the people before me were cutting it down. They were keeping it trimmed, so it was just a plant. And I found out it was a tree, and I let it grow, and now it's tearing the front of the porch off it's tearing my front porch off my house.
oh my gosh.
That front porch is raised, I would say, probably 6 inches.
On one side, though, right?
And yeah, just in one corner
Yeah.
in like 5 years. That's a lot. That's a lot.
If you let it keep going, it turn into like a tree house or something. The front
And,
porch is
I keep
nice.
Just it could be an addition.
The wood's actually not bad on it. I keep trying to patch it and get the front back down, but it just doesn't work. And because it's doing that, it causes I put brand new stairs on it 2 years ago, and because of that, it's causing the stairs to do all this weird shit. So it looks terrible. That and the parted out minivan sitting in front of the house don't look too good either. But
Did you put flowers on? No, he's got 4 total minivans.
yeah, 4.
4.
Is there is there a reason you like minivans in
Yeah.
particular?
Well,
No, I mean they're super rad.
Nobody else is doing
Dude,
it.
I wanted a conversion van ever since I was little for some reason.
So the big vans are just, I don't know, they're too big.
I think it was just because they had like the captain's seats where it spun around in them, and you could put
Right.
at the time you could put your
My Previa has
Nintendo in
those.
there. And everything.
The Previa has those, so don't the Import.
Really?
Yeah, they have seats that turn all the way around. You can face the back seat, the back passenger.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Actually, that one's almost. I mean, it's pretty close to a conversion van. I mean, it's
What?
got curtains. The Import.
Oh yeah, the Import's got curtains.
Yeah,
It's got
the power curtains too, right?
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what would be the benefit of a conversion van? There's just a little more.
Like if you were
Length
going to
in
go
it.
camping or.
So I'd imagine that when a semi passes you in a conversion van, as opposed to the Import, it doesn't shake you all over the road and try and make you think you're going to die any second.
Well, you're driving a literal brick.
Right. No, literally, the Import's a refrigerator box with wheels. on it.
Yeah.
So are the old Volkswagens just terrible to drive then?
Oh,
they're-
sure.
I've not ever driven one of those, but yeah. So I had a '63 Econoline, small block. It was actually a pretty cool van. It was actually in really good shape, and but I never took it on the highway because it was small blocked, and to do 50 was like $3.5 grand because of the gearing and everything in it. And I never took it on the highway, but I'd imagine would behave the same as it was like driving a tin can. It was like driving a Dr Pepper can around. Is what everybody. I told everybody.
Could you get the front wheels to pull on that van? No.
So how
That's way harder than anybody makes it look.
So people traveling around, I mean, put people in a category, but say people got those and they use them to drive around to see bands all over the place, or
Right,
Follow
right.
the Dead or something, right?
Right.
So they couldn't drive
Yeah,
on
they
the
didn't.
highway.
Yeah, they
like,
can. It
Well,
just
back
blows
then,
you
I'd
around.
imagine. I imagine they probably were okay back then.
Okay.
It was slower, you know what I mean? But,
Right.
But a semi
Hey,
comes past
you,
you.
you can
at
run
70.
55 in it on the highway.
Right. A
Okay.
semi comes past you at no, I can do highway speeds. A semi comes past me at 70 in that van, and it's just this until they're far enough away. I have to slow down to get out of their airstream. It beats the shit out of that van. It's terrible. The first time it happened was I was like, oh no!
Did it happen on the trip back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
That's when my truck blew up. Whenever we went to pick up that van.
Oh.
Yeah, and then so the van that sat on a boat for 6 weeks and then sat in a port for a week and a half.
It sat longer than that, so it sat at the dealership, and then it sat at the dealership after I bought it for like 3 weeks, and then I'm sure they didn't do nothing to it, and
Right.
then it got transported to the port where it sat for what, like 2-3 months, I think, actually, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't that long. I think it was just like a month in the port because you caught before they stopped shipping shit.
Yeah. I got right in.
Right.
But and then it sat on a boat for 6 weeks, 40 something, 48 days, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sat at the port this side for a week. So
Yeah, and then it drove all the
fire
way.
right up.
It drove all the way back without a problem, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't get 20 miles out of fucking. What was the town? What was the port town?
Savannah.
Savannah. I couldn't get 20 miles out of Savannah. It wouldn't. My truck wouldn't go above 50 miles an hour. It was just. Oh, it was toast.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So, different topic, but you've done it, so I want to see your opinion on it.
Okay.
The cryotherapy machine.
The what?
The cryotherapy machine. I think it.
Okay.
I think it scares people a little
Right.
bit.
The what?
Cryotherapy.
The cryosauna.
Oh, yeah,
The
okay.
freeze machine. Either they still don't know it's there, or it freaks them out or whatever. But I've had people ask about doing a cold plunge instead. Do you think that would be wise to have both of them, like get the cold plunge?
Isn't that the same thing?
No, because it's more intense with the therapy. Like
So the
it's just shorter.
Yeah, the cryosauna is like 3 minutes. It gives you the same results as if you did, say, 15 minutes in a cold plunge. It's just a time factor, right?
I mean, what do you?
No, so I think
get
you're
an
just-
ice machine there.
I
No.
think you're not selling it right.
How should
Yeah.
we
So
sell
if
it?
somebody asked you about doing a cold plunge instead, why would you not tell them this is a 3-minute cold plunge? This is
Because cold plunges are on the internet. That's why. Because it's a thing anybody can do in their backyard. You know, it's
But
like-
if you did it, like if you didn't buy a machine that keeps itself cold that's refrigerated, it would get cost prohibitive, right?
yeah,
You know,
no,
so-
like what are you gonna fucking fill up ice all the time?
Yeah, and that's what people do, or they leave it outside in the
Right,
winter,
right.
and it stays chilly.
And I get that. Just take a cold shower. Have your
And it
water.
doesn't make sense to pay for or even do 15 minutes in that when I can do 3 minutes in your cryo.
Right, and it's the same benefits. It's and so like what would be the consumer benefit of doing one over the other would just be cost.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you spending on ice? And right now, you just have it outside.
And to me, the cold plunge seems a little scarier actually because
Well, it's more miserable. It's time
that's-
and then moisture and everything else, right?
that's
So,
just go jump in a frozen over lake, bud. I mean, that's called hypothermia.
yeah.
Yeah, that's I enjoy the cryotherapy. I don't know why. Like it's still new. It's one of those things that let's say you got rid of it, it would become popular somehow. And you're like,
Because you got rid of it.
I just had all this shit. Like you fucks weren't coming. Then.
Because you got rid of it.
You
It
just
would
need-
instantly become popular.
Yeah,
That's how
you,
things work around
you just need some rock star to make some video about doing cryotherapy, and it be like Rogan does it. You know, it's heat therapy. It's it's cold therapy. You know, all those things have amazing benefits. You have a sauna in there?
Yeah.
I thought you did. You got a infrared?
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe do a package where you get 3 minutes here and 20 minutes in the hot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, you already have that.
Yeah.
That doesn't cost anything. You just gotta let them in your special den.
Oh yeah, my workout den.
Yeah.
No, it's always there for people to use if they want to use it.
Nice.
Yeah. I just didn't know if you guys thought that would be a good idea or not to get.
I mean, just I don't know how
you've already got that therapy there already.
and it's premium compared to sitting in like then you got water everywhere. You got fucking
right.
You know,
you can't base your business on people's ignorance.
Right. Otherwise, we'd sell pipe tobacco.
Right. Crack pipes.
Yeah.
Vapes.
You know, but old boy's got millions of dollars, so I mean, obviously, I did that wrong.
Right. Well,
my big move was coffee.
Which old boy?
The down
3D?
and all. No, down and all. Well, yeah, or even Dan.
Well, but that's Danny's got that money because he was smart.
No, he is smart. Yeah,
Danny's a smart dude.
Yeah, no, he did it right. The other guy's just he's like, I want to buy every business and building in a 2-block area, and he's buying it all. So he bought Chubby's. He bought it contract for deed, and so Kevin owns Chubby's currently. Right, this guy Kevin.
I don't understand why he's buying all this stuff.
Is that the one that's down there in East Alton now? They haven't opened yet over there?
No, it's down in Alton. It's the Studio 420.
Because he's not getting the dispensary.
No, he's not. And it's close.
He doesn't have any. Well, yeah, they're going to be able to leave the dispensary and go get something to smoke with right across the street.
Right.
But they're going to be able to rob the dispensary and then hit him right across the street before they head back across the bridge.
$250,000 in that building somewhere. All the time.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
They also say these, knocked off a few homeless people that were giving them problems.
I believe that before I believe the $250 million.
Right. So.
Why do you have to have it? Is there like a law or something?
What?
That he has to have that map?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's just cash only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emily said that they're actually checking IDs because they got busted for like the umpteenth time.
I'd imagine so.
24/7. Selling fucking vapes to kids.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
People drove from all over to hit
but I still don't understand why he's buying all that property. What's he going to do? I mean, he just wants to own a block in Alton, Illinois. Good job, bud.
I tried that shit 10 years ago.
I wonder like how if there's so one day when the vape stuff starts causing problems for people.
Right.
It already does.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like a wave, mass epidemic of it happening, if it, it does, hopefully it doesn't for people, but it seems like it will, just like tobacco does. But the difference is that, there's not a...
How could it not? How could it not cause the same problems that this is causing?
I'm saying
you're inhaling a hot
but the difference
vapor.
Is like, there's a whole industry that's lobbying for you for this, right? Which is great.
Oh, there's a whole industry lobbying for vape too.
Oh yeah, Danny's on it.
Yeah, Danny's part of it.
Yeah. So they tried forever to fight for vape to be recognized as a tobacco product because it doesn't have tobacco. So that's changed now. So in my forms that I fill out, there's actually a section for vape. So everybody's got to have a TP license, just like I do.
Right.
So literally anybody can start a cigar shop that has a vape store.
Yeah. But the beginning of the thing was what I wanted to say was that do they have the special insurance or anything to like protect themselves? Because like
I bet it's just
there's labels on everything for grown up stuff, right?
Right.
I bet it's just general.
So, but is there labels on vape stuff?
I don't know. I don't buy vapes, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now, how could they go?
I imagine there's like a.
I got popcorn lungs, so now I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'd imagine this is a nicotine product. Blah blah blah.
Well, it's definitely a nicotine.
So
product.
they screwed up by naming it popcorn lung because nobody's gonna take that shit seriously.
Right.
So.
I mean, it sounds good. Like I'd like to have mine with extra butter.
So I pissed this kid off, and I pissed this kid off. I'm smoking a cigar, and this kid gets mad at me, and he's up my face, and I'm just smiling at him because you're not gonna swing. You would have already swung.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's sucking this robot dick, and he looks at me and goes, "I hope you get emphysema." And I laugh at him and I go, "Bud, you're gonna get it first with that thing."
Yeah.
I mean, you toke that thing all day, every day. It's hot vapor. You're inhaling hot vapor.
Yeah, it's got to cook it.
No, I am right. A cigar, I'm not. This isn't getting all the way down into my lungs.
Mm-mm.
So, but you're in it. They're.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
filling the room with
Well, dude,
hot, it's hot vapor. It's got to damage something. It
yeah.
has to.
No, I mean, your voice changes. Like when you hit a hookah, when you hit a hookah and your voice will change because you've taken so much in. Because it's easier. It goes through the water, and then so vapes do the same thing. Like there's so much smoke in your lungs, so much vapor in your lungs that it changes your voice.
Right.
So. No, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in New Zealand. So I got a buddy in New Zealand, and they've outlawed tobacco.
Really?
That law passed. They outlawed tobacco. So if you're 14 years old right now, you'll never in your lifetime be able to legally buy tobacco, ever. Just when you become of
So is he
age.
shut down then?
So they're going to limit tobacco retailers to 50 in the whole country. 50.
And if your grandfather, then your grandfather.
So and he's got
Or you gotta
20.
fight for it.
He's got 25 years.
Okay.
In New
So he's
Zealand,
got a
so
good
he should be
chance.
okay. So their tax is so ridiculous. So our $14 cigars that we sell here, they're $41 there. That's how high their taxes are. Yeah. So like it's 62 NZDs, but it's 41 USD.
Yeah.
So they tried to. So you know what they push though? The government pushes vaping.
That's.
They're pushing an unknown versus something that's
Right.
been around before Columbus.
So you said they made it illegal.
Yeah.
So if you're of age,
So if
you
you're
can still get it until you're like your dad, but nobody
Yeah.
else below you.
right,
Can get, okay.
Yeah. So if you're 15 when you become of age, which
You
is
can't.
probably 21, if you're 15, you'll be able to buy when you're of age. But if you're 14, you'll never ever legally be able to buy. And then the stores are going to be so.
Which is going to cause
Wow.
more smoking.
Yeah.
It's going to cause more smoke.
Just
No.
That's how it works.
I mean, if it's not allowed anywhere, it's
eventually
only,
it would die out.
That's
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
works.
yeah, eventually it's going to die off.
So these people's businesses have a shelf life then over
No,
there.
it's not.
Yeah, pretty
it's not,
much.
It's going to go underground, not die.
Not
off.
that much.
Well,
though.
yeah, I mean,
Come on now.
well, do they grow
I
their
don't
grow
know.
their own
Come
tobacco
on now.
leaves?
They'll
no.
get it in.
No, they don't.
They'll get it.
Dude, their port's fucking sick, bro. They get dope in there, but they don't.
They will go underground. Everything goes underground.
It's just going to
when they
be
do that.
worth just as much as pot underground. Like you'll buy cases of, they'll be putting them on shipping containers trying to sneak in cigarettes,
But you'll be that guy.
which I'm sure they do anyway.
Right, but you'll be that guy with the Marlboro Red hanging out of his mouth instead of the joint. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right.
I mean, it'll just be a different.
Right.
It'll be the same like status kind of a thing, but
Right.
it'll just be a different
Right.
thing. It'll
Yep.
go underground. There's no way it's not going to.
I just think it's going to fizzle out.
You can't. I don't know.
I mean, if
I mean, it'll take a big hit. But
Yeah,
it's
and
not going to just go.
it'll
It's
just-
not just going to quit and go.
Yeah, it's just going to have its little cult. That's it.
No.
So,
Yeah, but I bet that cult grows and grows and grows. You can't tell people that they can't do something because then they're going to do it.
I
You
don't know.
can't. That's the one thing the government's never gotten right. You
No,
can't tell
true.
people
True.
you can't do that. Oh yeah, yeah, okay,
Emily sent me a reel of
doing it.
of two robots, and they were talking about how they introduced vapes to Earth. And it was like two alien robots,
Right.
and that way they can get their dick sucked when they come down. It's so, it was so fucking great. No, because we've been saying that from the beginning. You're just sucking a robot dick,
Right.
and it's like there's somebody made a fucking
That's
cartoon
great.
for it. Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
fantastic.
And then they'll just push it underground. They'll just.
So let's take vape. So if they got rid of all the vape stuff, do you think people would still be
Yes.
trying to source
Yeah.
and vape?
Yep.
I don't think
guarantee
so.
it. Yeah.
I think those.
I guarantee they'll still. I guarantee it.
Nah,
Guarantee it. Especially what with a huge following that has.
It really does. Like
Huge following.
in such a short time.
Watch me do this vape trick.
Right. Watch this tornado.
You just blew smoke out of your mouth. Dude.
Yeah,
It's not-
but have you seen the
I
tornadoes?
remember my first smoke ring.
Have you seen the tornadoes?
Dumb.
I mean, there's tornadoes.
It's dumb.
I remember
Dumb.
being like early on. I was at a big chain restaurant, and there was a table over there, and they were just fucking clouding it up. And it was like, do you know how fucking ridiculous you look? Like how, what is the point of any of this? Like, I like nicotine as much as the next guy, but...
Listen, if I'm ever in a restaurant, it's never happened to me. I've
Really?
never seen McDonald's or something maybe, but like going to Texas Roadhouse or nothing.
Right.
I've not seen anybody vaping.
Yeah,
Or they sit down.
I was over in Missouri, so their smoking law was a little looser for a while.
So, but if that ever happens, I'm smoking. I'm
Right.
gonna take my cigar out of my hand, and I'm gonna light it, and I'm gonna smoke it.
Right.
So I take the cigar in places with me already anyway. I just don't put it in my mouth while I'm standing,
Right.
right there inside.
Right.
So, like both times I've been down to that yard now, I got to go in. You know
Right,
what I mean?
into the building.
I stick it in my hand and I just pay them, and I just don't smoke it
Right.
until I get right back outside the door, and then I puff it, to make sure it's still lit.
Right. Right.
This took too long. Now I gotta.
I forgot where I was. I was somewhere, and I was sneaking a cigar, like, through the building,
Right.
and it was like, I just kind of had it down low and walked through. I even got in an elevator. It had been, like, on one of those trips. Like, I get in the elevator, and I'm like, I can smell it, and there's,
Right.
like, 2 other people in the elevator. I think I was just going up to my room, and I was like, I'm just take this cigar. I wasn't going to set it down outside of a hotel.
Right.
Somebody else is going to pick it up.
Right.
So,
I was standing in O'Reilly's, and I had it in my mouth because I had my hands full. And one of them kids goes, "This has been a while." He goes, "You can't smoke in here." And I go, "Oh, it's an organic vape, buddy. I'm good." and then I took a big drag off of it just to be an asshole.
right. It's an organic vape. I'm good.
Well, they vape behind the counters and shit there, so you don't
Oh,
tell
yeah.
them. I mean, come on.
So we got art on the wall. We got that's art by Caffeine, and then we got over there. Is that in view? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. And we got Knucklehead art piece there. Is that you on
Yeah,
the?
that's in view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just threw.
I still don't have that camera angle.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah. I feel like I
Properly
gotta
sorted.
lean in on it.
Yeah, I still don't have it properly sorted there.
I think it needs to be
So-
closer.
So.
I think it needs to be closer.
I don't. But if it's closer, then it doesn't get that person. Like it wouldn't get Drew if it was closer.
Why don't you come over here?
Well,
Shoot.
then it wouldn't get me.
It would get us.
I don't think so.
I think so.
What do you?
We're talking about camera angles.
I don't
It's
think
the
so.
worst cigar podcast on the internet.
The worst.
I mean, you got to
The
work
worst.
through the kinks, you know.
The
You gotta
worst.
figure it out.
It's we're over a year.
What
And
are you going to talk about here, Drew? You want to talk about
what were you watching the other day, Chuck?
when
You were watching some
Above Majestic?
Above Majestic. Have you seen that?
I feel like I have, and but refresh me because
I left, so
the
Above Majestic
clearance level, is that what it was?
Yeah. Yep. What's his name? Cook. I can't remember his last name. Something Cook. Supposedly he was they got him as a child, and then they age regressed him, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they sent him to the future,
Secret
and he
space
would-
program. Yep,
and
secret
they
space
sent
program.
us, and he was fighting on like an alien planet.
They sent him. Yeah, they sent him to some planet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. They think you got mental problems, man. But
That was super. You know, if you listen to anything,
so you got to watch those things because they tell you things that actually are true. You know what I mean? Whether you believe that dude did that or not, there's things in there that are definitely true. So like one of the things they said was that our medicine is wrong.
oh yeah, that's
It's that one. Our medicine is wrong. All our technology is wrong. Our thoughts on physics is wrong. It's all wrong, and it's done that way on purpose to keep us from
progressing further.
progressing right
Yeah,
too far
or as far as we
too
could. go.
fast. Right.
well, that sounds all plausible to me.
Right. Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, it's not 100% plausible that DARPA has things that they're not telling us.
Oh, sure. I mean,
So-
why would you? Like if
Well,
there was energy that could be
I mean,
sustaining the world.
so I watched something the other day, and so do you got the Tubi app?
I don't really use it, but yeah, I mean, I have it on.
So Tubi has all kinds of this stuff on it.
Oh, really?
Like it's just flooded with this kind of stuff. Above Majestic's on there. Zeitgeist is on there.
Zeitgeist is a classic.
Cosmic something's on there. Cosmic Ways, I think, was the name of it. It's plumb full of this stuff. That's where the Bob Lazar documentary I watched again. That's on there. It's got Skinwalker Ranch on there. All that's it's just plumb full of it. And I watched something on it the other day, and I can't remember what it was, that was saying that the free energy thing, it's coming. They can't stop it. They cannot stop it.
But how long has it been
in our life? They think in our lifetime.
How long has it been developed?
Well, since Tesla.
Right.
Yeah, since Tesla.
So 100 years.
I don't know. Tesla wasn't that old, was he? When you think Tesla and you think about...
It was like the 1880s or 1890s.
Was he?
When he had that thing out in Colorado.
Fuck,
yeah.
I thought it was like up to the 1920s with him.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean, that was
was
when he was in like he was in New York then. But this is he had a whole situation out in Colorado where he was working with the wireless transmission of electricity and all that stuff.
There's Warrenburg Tower, or Warrenburg Tower?
Warrenburg.
Something like that.
Warrenburg.
Whatever, something like that. But
That's like
Wolf Blitzer Tower.
Vandenberg,
Bro, that's-
maybe
that-
whatever it is. They recently tore that down. Not like recently, but not, you know what I mean. Long enough that we would have been able to go see it like as kids or something. I think they tore that down. And supposedly he wanted to build it bigger, but they were like, "No, you can't build this massive monstrosity.
Yeah, like,
we don't know what it's going to do."
Yeah, because he needed to have so many towers separated over to connect over the Earth and everything. Yeah, it's a pretty cool situation.
But that said, that they can't. There's no way they can stop it. There's too many people on the trail of it now for them to be able to stop it from coming out. So how are they going to do it? Well, that's like the cars that run on water.
Right.
You know how many people have done this at this point?
oh yeah.
And I mean, and they suppress it, but they're not. How long are they going to be able to stop? They're not going to be able to stop that forever.
Yeah.
That's got to come eventually.
Run completely on water.
Is it just processing the hydrogen out and using it for fuel, or is it just it?
Yeah. And then you know, and but like if I'm the oil company, I'm going to make sure
Well, yeah,
that
of
no one
course you
ever
want
sees.
yeah.
So you can actually Google it and find out how to make not a true, but like a hybrid using the hydrogen, and you can build it out of crap from Ace Hardware. It's not hard to even do, but it's not efficient. They're not letting the efficient versions of it. There's an efficient version out there somewhere, and they're not. They're keeping it. So,
Bro, Europe was getting 40 miles to the gallon 30 years ago. In
oh
cars.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
No, it's absolutely ridiculous.
And we get all excited over it now, but
Right.
I mean,
yeah. There's no reason why a 4-cylinder can't get 40, 50, 60 miles. There's no reason.
no, they do it on purpose.
Right. They do it on purpose.
You get 300 miles to a tank, and that's what you get.
Mhm.
And then you got to stop and get more gas all the time,
Yep.
every week. No, it's all done by design.
Well, that's like, what do you get with a Tesla? How far do you get on a Tesla?
300
miles?
Yep. Yeah. No, I mean, you can't deny that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something going on. How can this electric car get the same thing as my regular? Because somebody somewhere went, nah, dude, that thing can't go 1,000 miles on a charge.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't do that.
Well, you dominate the fuel, the industry.
right,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
What do they say when they say it's battery capacity or the
Yeah,
battery
battery capacity. Yeah.
for it?
I guarantee it's in the BIOS. I guarantee you can buy a Tesla now, and if you're smart enough, you can figure out how to get 1,000 miles out of it.
I doubt it's in the BIOS. It's just got something to do with the way the cells are configured and the cell size and how many cells.
And it's all computer. I guarantee
Battery
you can change it.
technology is weird, man. It's weird.
I guarantee a Tesla will go 1,000 miles on charge.
Mm,
Like
I don't know.
Yeah, in its current state.
I don't know about that.
We just need a Tesla tuner.
Well, that's the thing that everybody's mad about Tesla.
Well,
is
right.
You're not allowed to touch a Tesla.
Right to refuse.
You're not
Or
allowed
right to repair.
Supposedly, you're not even allowed to change the door handle on the damn thing.
Well, you can.
It knows.
Yeah. No. Well, the only thing you can do is get colored wheels
Yeah.
and maybe add a carbon fiber lip.
It knows everything. You touch that car wrong, and it tells Daddy on you. Tells Daddy on you.
No, they shut them down.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's because it told Daddy Elon on
Yeah.
you, and they go, bloop.
Yeah. You know, imagine that world where, you know, somebody just turned your car off. You know.
Well, it's idiocracy.
Yeah, it is idiocracy. Go.
They scanned that tattoo from the Coca-Cola machine and shut his car down.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. Or already here.
Well, but so the thing I was watching said that they can't. That it's coming to a point where they're not going to be able to suppress it anymore. There's no way.
So how are they going to profit from it? Because
Right.
that's all that matters.
So wait for the spin.
Right. Yeah.
Because because it will come to the point where it's on the cusp,
Right.
and then they'll stick it out there and spin it to where if we don't sell it to you, it's dangerous.
Right.
You can't do it yourself.
Right.
Because it's dangerous,
Right.
and then you'll have people doing it themselves.
Is it only fresh water, or can you use salinated water?
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
fresh
no.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
that-
still on the hydrogen thing.
Yeah.
You haven't moved past that yet.
We've moved on.
No, I know. I'm talking about. You said it's dangerous. You're talking about.
Well, so the hydrogen cell, it actually is dangerous. You're making.
That's what I
hydrogen.
was.
You're making
I'm-
hydrogen.
yeah.
Hydrogen's dangerous, but it's.
That's why they blew that blimp up.
I know.
Right.
Edinburgh, yeah.
But I don't think it's
Keep everybody buying
I don't think
gasoline.
it's that dangerous. So,
That's what it was for.
well, I had a book that we won't name the name of it, but I had a book in high
Was
school.
it a cookbook?
Yeah, it was a cookbook.
Yeah.
I had a book in high school that would tell you how to make hydrogen to fill balloons with.
Mhm.
So, and it said right then and there how to make hydrogen gas to fill balloons. So, this is how you do it.
Man, I can tell you a story.
And it was actually way easier than what they're doing. But all you were doing was filling balloons.
Tell a story.
So it's kind of like a balloon, but not really. A little bit. In high school physics class, we had we were messing with dry ice one day. We were doing experiments with dry ice and this and that. And I decided we could take soda in class time. I was going to take an empty Mountain Dew bottle,
Right.
pack it full of dry ice, put it in the sink next to the teacher, and I was going to leave the room
Right.
and let it explode.
Right.
Right.
And I did that, and I was in the bathroom, and I heard it, from across, 3 hallways over, and somebody knocked me out, and
Of course.
I was valedictorian, and so I was super scared. I was like, they're gonna
Right.
I didn't think about it. I thought it'd be funny. Like, oh, look at me, I'm clever, and then I made a fucking bomb, and,
It's dry ice.
yeah, but you're gonna get kicked out, on the
Right.
line, anyways. It all blew over, but it was hilarious. Yeah, that really. It really blows stuff up, but yeah, he was doing it with hydrogen, where he would float stuff and he'd light it, and it would the balloon would blow up and stuff.
And it would, well, he wasn't letting it fill. He was probably making it more inert. But you could, if you filled a balloon and you tied the string to it and you lit it and you let it go, the ones we made actually, boof, they actually blew up. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking flame when it
I'm
explodes.
curious.
Yeah. I've never understood. For some reason, I can't wrap my head around it. Probably because I don't understand how it works. I can't actually. I mean, I could build the thing for you, but I can't wrap my head around it. But my buddy was super smart with it, so he whipped it together in no time. So, but it's not an inert. It's an explosive gas. It's not an inert gas.
So the same explosion that you get, kind of explosion you get in the gasoline motor.
Right.
Yeah.
To drive the mechanisms.
Right,
and-
right. Yeah, it's going to push the pistons up and
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, and so the guys that are building them, the small versions of them, the hybrid versions of them, they're basically just plumbing them into the intake like you would like a nitrous shot or something,
Mhm.
and it's just kind of feeding. It's just kind of slowly feeding through the. You know what I mean? There's no, from what I can see, there's no.
So then they would have to have more.
Control.
They'd have to have more air.
There's no control. Yeah, well, yeah, they're up in the air.
Right.
Well, the car's gonna understand to a point.
Just to a
That
fraction.
to allow the fuel, to cut the fuel back. It's going to understand that it's rich to a point to cut enough to cut the fuel back.
Right.
But so if you're just barely leaking it in there, it's going to help your miles per gallon. It's not gonna. It's not gonna. Is that long filler? You think?
It better be for the price
think
these
so?
things are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious about that. if
Yeah.
that's long filler.
No, all the acids minus the C notes should be.
I tell
long
people
filler.
it's long filler. so it better be long filler.
What do you need?
I gotta get out of here.
You gotta get out of here?
That was Melissa on the phone. I gotta pick up Celia from school. I just didn't want to leave before we talked about something fun. But I'll come back again if you let me.
Yep.
We'll talk about
anytime.
a whole
Anytime.
episode of all the good stuff.
Yeah, I'll take that day off. I'll just drink more whiskey that day.
Yes. Well, I'll just bring a whole bottle of Buffalo Trace.
There you go.
Do everything.
Weller, if you can find it.
Whoa, you want the Weller?
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go. Take my fancy glass.
Yep.
Table 36, thank you.
All right.
See you, Drew.
See you, buddy.
Next time.
All right. We'll get this binder off this bad boy here. I gotta do it.
Don't forget your purse.
I got my purse.
At least he's admitting it now.
It says Louis Vuitton all over.
Well, he's fancy, bro.
And the old lady had one just like that.
And he's fancy. He's got his own jeans out. Of course he's fancy.
Right. That he doesn't wash.
You don't wash them. I haven't washed mine either.
Don't wash them.
Go home and do your damn laundry. Look, dude, that is a purse.
Now, does he carry it over his shoulder?
Yes.
Just one shoulder?
He just slung it over his shoulder.
Is he swaying his hips as he leaves?
I can't see him walking no more, but I imagine there's heels in there somewhere.
It's a satchel.
It's a satchel. It's got Skittles in it.
I like how he's still in audio, just defending himself as he's leaving.
Hey, lock that door.
That probably won't happen.
Probably not.
Dude, this is I'm not. You know, we love our Drew Estates and how they pack them, but look at the binder on it. I mean, everything's fantastic on it. This is why they have such a cult following, is because they do make high quality cigars. It's just weird that it's
Packaged in its own guts
right.
that are all over the cabinet.
You know what? It makes it look good. Damn,
It doesn't make it
that
look
exhaust sounds good.
That exhaust sounds real good.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it look good. It makes the cabinet look dirty. I've been meaning to clean it out, but
I think it makes it look more authentic.
I've been meaning to clean the shelves off. I just don't want to mess with it because I know it's just going to keep reoccurring.
So minus what I'm breaking, because I'm breaking some of it because I'm
It's
not
all long
a
filler?
cigar roller. Yeah, it's all beautiful long filler. Like I'm just opening up that bunch.
Well, that's good.
Oh, the smell is deep inside.
That's good. And that was a Kuba.
Yeah. So remember your grandma's house?
Right.
And she had that bowl full of potpourri flakes. That's what it smells like to me.
Yeah. It smells good.
And it smells like potpourri.
I think they taste gross. But
I wonder why those went out of style.
the potpourri bowls?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then, you know,
Probably because kids were eating it.
do you think their kids were eating it?
I'm pretty sure my cousin ate it.
Well, then at Christmas, you know, they
They
get
drank
this.
warm soda. I'm pretty sure they ate the potpourri.
They so the at Christmas they got the cinnamon, you know, and put in there instead. Little glass bowl.
Right.
Fucking nice, man. Little pine cones and stuff.
Right.
That's a good. That was a nice unroll. I don't know if we've done any acids.
Probably not. Well, we've done one, so we've done them all now.
Right, pretty much. Well, you know, we should do try to do a C note, which is the little bitty ones I smoke.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because those are
Right.
machine. I'm pretty sure those are machine rolled.
Well, the Tatianas are machine rolled. They're all short filler.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we done those because
Right.
that one's machine rolled so well that like the guts stayed together.
Right.
It formed a cigar.
I imagine the moon trances are machine rolled.
No. Well, the small ones maybe.
Yeah, the small
the
ones,
small
yeah.
ones, and they might not be
The
like
tins and the tins.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But the big ones those are all hand rolled. Those are good cigars.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind the moon trances. They're not overpowering.
No, they're definitely a higher end, you know.
Right.
But it's like Tatiana versus like CAO Moontrance or CAO flavors is like your fake Doritos at Aldi.
Nah, Tatiana's a big brand.
No, I know it is, but it's still what they did was they took a shittier product but put more flavoring in it. So just like your fake
yeah.
Doritos, you know, you go to Aldi and buy fake Doritos, they always taste better than real Doritos.
Yeah,
They got
Frosted
more-
Flakes taste better than brand name Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, there's more good stuff on it.
Sugar coated cornflakes.
I'm probably gonna make a bunch of these today. Be my guess.
Oh, yeah?
Friends of the NRA boxes too. That'll be probably what I'm doing today. So I got in early so I could get everything done that I needed to.
Yeah. That looks like it's already uploaded. So the Fix It Friday's been live about 24 hours now. By the time anybody sees this.
Oh, my 2 holes in one are on there as well. I had two hole in ones. You watched one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen one.
2 hole in ones in one course.
And then I seen Jeff on there playing his home version and was already got something.
Yeah. Hole in one.
Know.
Hole in one. That's what he got. I think we're tied again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Subscribe.
I just, we'll talk about that video that got up yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm bashing anybody. I don't think I am.
No.
I mean, I do a little bit of bashing because I was irritated and mad at the time.
Right.
But I basically, the work speaks for itself.
Right.
It all speaks for itself. I didn't bash nobody. So that's what I'm being accused of, bashing people on social media.
Just being honest.
That you just don't put out that work then.
Right.
If you only think it's bashing because it's embarrassing, you're embarrassed by it.
Right.
It's like,
you got caught fucking up.
Right. So don't do that.
Yeah, you got 0 views. It just got loaded 14 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's if something is embarrassing, stop doing it.
Well,
don't blame the person that called you out on it. Stop doing it.
Right. And here's the thing.
I'm not talking shit if it's true.
Right. So if we never filled humidors and all our cigars are dry,
right,
and they crumble,
right,
and somebody goes, "Hey, I bought this here, and it's a dry, crumbly piece of shit cigar."
Time to start filling the humidors.
Right. Then do your job better. You know. Big shout out to the Edwardsville store. Their last day is March 31st. So we have customers coming in already looking for a new spot to hang.
I've grabbed cigars in there.
Oh yeah.
That were, because when winter starts, it's hard to get it.
Yeah.
It's hard to
keep it,
to maintain it.
Right.
And it takes us a while to figure out exactly what we've got to do to keep it maintained.
Right.
And I've grabbed cigars out of there, and I've actually told people, well, you don't want to grab this one right now because it's going to be dry.
Right.
We're trying to get regulated.
No, right, yeah.
And, so.
And that's the downfall of the walk-in too.
What I say the other day to that guy, because you commented, you said something like, "Well, I'm glad to know our cigars have good and bad days too." Is what I say to that guy. I said, that's a good day for those.
Right.
Because I just smoked one, and it was a good day for them.
Right.
When they're bare in the humidor, it's not always a good day for them.
Right.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah, no, and it's hard to keep up, especially in the winter, because we're running 0 humidity, so outside, and that affects inside.
Right.
Always. That's why if you're getting shocked at your house from your laundry, or if you're getting in the covers and you see sparks,
it's just self-awareness, self-admittance.
Right.
We understand that there may be a little bit of a problem.
Sure.
We're trying to handle it. You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah, we're not telling everybody, we do a great job.
I did a great job on that.
Yeah, we do a great job.
So what was that? $400 in value?
3 to 4.
Yeah.
And supposedly it was junk too.
Oh.
But I didn't hear anything about it being junk until I complained.
Right.
So. If it was junk, tell me. I've got a guy that fixes those.
Right.
If there's something, which, listen, supposedly it's junk because a brand new battery won't last more than 5 minutes, which means there's something electrical going on.
Right.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
Okay.
The radio box
doesn't
take hardly no power. Nothing. So that's the only thing. The little radio box is the only thing that could be drawing power unless you're actively pushing or pulling, opening a circuit. That radio box is the only thing to be drawing power, and that radio box does not draw that kind of power.
Right.
It doesn't.
So
everything else, there would be another symptom. So like if a motor was bad, which they're both brushless,
right.
So would be very, very rare. But if a motor was bad, then you would notice sluggishness. You would, you know what I mean? If a servo was bad, then it would just chatter or just stick.
Right.
It's impossible for it to be wrong. It's impossible.
So check out the it's all in the details is how
All
it's
in the details.
that's a really good title, by the way.
I was being clever.
Yeah, that's actually a super good title.
It's being clever.
It's probably the best title you got out there.
Right,
Except for the Big Screw. That's a
Right,
good one.
well.
Yeah. I mean, it continues.
It's just a continuance
Yeah,
of the Big Screw.
yeah,
it's the Big Screw Part 3.
Right.
Think, at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. No,
So,
you know what's nice is you'll see this van in the area probably for the next 10 years, so he gets his money's worth.
right. I can't sell it at this point. I couldn't recoup my money right now on it. And
No.
sell it.
No.
Like, there's no way.
No.
no
It's
way.
impossible. Yeah, no, you're so far upside down.
Yeah, massively upside down. So I might as well just go fully on upside down. I might as well go Stranger Things upside down,
Right.
and make it a decent running driving van.
And-
I wouldn't
and it
sell
will.
it. I wouldn't sell it with that transmission being questionable anyway.
Right.
So I mean I would, but I would tell the person,
What about
listen, the transmission's screwing up on it.
Right.
So,
What about, like, has it got a tranny filter? Have you looked at that?
yeah, it does. It's got an external filter.
Right.
And supposedly doing a complete fluid change will correct it. Supposedly it will correct it. I don't believe that.
200 and something thousand miles. Why not just change that filter since
I
it's
don't
external?
believe that. It's got an aftermarket filter on it, so somebody's changed it at some time already.
So it's been a
So-
problem.
So, well, no. So Honda recommends servicing them.
Right.
So I mean, they take them in to get them serviced. So
I'm going to pull that next time the garage is free. I'm going to pull the that tuner bullshit thing off my truck. So.
been needing to look underneath your truck in the front and make sure that the one thing that it's rubbing isn't getting
Oh, it's rubbing.
to a fail point.
Yeah, it's not a fail point, but
So-
there's some coating off.
Yeah.
There's not wires showing, but the aluminum coating is
Yeah, well,
hit a couple times.
It's not aluminum coating.
What is it?
That's a brake line.
No,
a
no,
braided
that's
line.
fine. There's a wire.
okay.
There's wiring up there
Okay.
too. So it's rubbing.
That's a braided brake line that it touches when you turn left too far.
Yeah,
It touches brake line.
that's fine. Check engine lights on.
Not fine.
I want
Well, yeah, but that's that stupid tuner.
maybe. I
It
think it's the
is.
transmission.
No, that's
So-
that stupid tuner.
So I turned it off completely, and it still hasn't gone off. So it's been on for 3 weeks.
But it's still connected.
It is still connected.
So-
It should go to a dormant state. So, but I'm just gonna pull it all off. I don't need it anyway. You can't tell a difference.
Yeah, I've got to buy. I'm gonna buy a VCM bypass. So the VCM's off now because it's got an engine code.
Right.
So, which is a good thing. Everybody's just like, leave the engine code. And I probably will leave the engine code because it takes me forever to find the freaking engine codes.
Right.
So, but it only had, as far as the engine codes go, it only had a motor mount code and an O2 sensor code.
How
in
does it know
so
it's got a motor mount code?
They're active. They're active
No,
motor
they're
mounts.
not.
Yep, they're electronically controlled, fluid-filled, active motor
No
mounts.
shit.
Yep.
That's pretty fucking
Yep.
techy.
And I actually wonder if that front mount being as bad as it wasn't causing the other, because I've got no vibration no more.
Right.
So all the vibration's gone.
Right.
So I just wonder if it wasn't triggering that other motor mount. And if I clear it, if it'll come back. The O2 sensor is going to come back, certainly.
Right.
Because if it's bad, it's bad. So I don't know. So yeah.
Stay tuned for
I
the
don't-
Big Screw Part 4.
I don't think I'm bashing him. I really don't.
No, I don't think so either.
You-
No, it's
you-
it's an honest thing.
You did a bad job.
Right.
If that's embarrassing to you, then why did you put it out there like that?
Right.
But because you think I'm a punk and I wasn't going to say nothing?
Right.
Listen, just because it's... I wouldn't have said nothing to you directly, but that's for you, not for me.
Right.
Because you would have denied it and lied to me to my face, and that would have just made me mad.
Right.
And then where am I? Like I said, and I say it on the video actually, then where am I going to be? Then I'm out money because I beat you up and I have to have bond money.
Right. Let's wrap this up.
So-
I gotta pee.
All right. Like, share, subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Go back and watch that video that dropped yesterday. Yeah.
Yep.
Interact.
Yep.
Share with your friends. Follow us on Instagram. Unrolled Cigar Podcast on Instagram. I talked to this guy yesterday. Anyway, Unrolled Cigar Podcast on Instagram. I've been uploading pictures on there of this fiasco as well. I don't know. Maybe I am out of line. You go on the Instagram page, watch that video that dropped yesterday, Tuesday, and was technically today because we record on Tuesday. And watch it. And if you think I'm out of line, tell me I'm out of line in the comments. I don't think I'm out of line. So we appreciate your feedback. Thanks. Have a good day.